Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating realization about local search engine optimization. If you own a roofing business or run a local service company, you know the drill. People are constantly telling you to fix your SEO. But we're going to look at why most local service websites don't actually have an SEO problem at all. Instead, what they have is a hidden communication problem. And man, those are two very different beasts. Let's get right into it.
So, imagine you've dropped thousands of dollars into a killer, highly professional website. You've got the dedicated service pages, the separate location pages, polished photography, the whole shebang. To the human eye, everything looks flawless. But here's the multi-thousand-dollar question. Does your website actually explain how all of those beautiful pages relate to each other? And not just to your human customers, but to Google? Because sometimes, the issue isn't that your website lacks information. It's just that the information isn't working together.
Okay, let's jump straight into part one, the hidden problem.
After looking at tons of local roofing sites over the years, I've noticed a really consistent pattern. These sites usually aren't missing pages, they're just missing relationships. It's kind of like a giant library. Imagine if every single book is just dumped on the floor. Sure, nothing is technically missing, every book is right there, but trying to find what you actually need, total nightmare. Now, picture that same library, but with structured, organized shelves. Topics sit together naturally, and finding information becomes effortless. Well, your website literally works the exact same way.
Which really brings us to a fundamental question. If your pages are just floating around out there independently, like having one page for roof repair and a totally separate page for the city of Dallas, how on earth does Google know they belong together? If there is no connection between them, every page is essentially an isolated island. It's like each page is trying to tell its own entirely separate story rather than contributing to one big, cohesive story about your roofing business.
That perfectly sets up part two, the missing relationship. Let's move from the abstract and get practical for a second. Imagine we're looking at a standard, totally professional roof repair service page. Everything looks great. The service is explained, there are nice photos, and right in the middle of the content we read, "We proudly provide roof repair services throughout Dallas, Houston, and Austin." Now, from a human visitor's perspective, this sentence is perfectly reasonable. You're just telling people where you work. But we need to stop thinking like a visitor for a second and really start thinking like a search engine.
Here is the real game changer. When a city name is just written as plain text, it's basically a dead end, just a simple statement. But when Dallas becomes a clickable link, it transforms into a doorway. Instead of just mentioning the city in passing, that link actively guides the visitor and the search engine straight to a dedicated page that is all about roof repair in Dallas.
Just look at how clean this progression is. By transforming a plain text city name into a logical next step, we create this brilliant, clear structure. Step 1, the visitor is on the roof repair page. Step 2, they find that contextual link for their location. Step 3, boom, they're taken directly to the Dallas roof repair page. Notice how we didn't add hundreds of words or redesign the entire site. We simply organized it. The relationship between the service you offer and the location where you offer it becomes instantly obvious.
Moving right along to part three, relationships work both ways.
Because a truly connected website shouldn't just be a one-way street. Let's flip the journey. Let's say a homeowner skips your main service page completely and lands directly on your roof repair in Dallas page because they search for local help. They're reading up on storm damage and local weather. But we've got to ask, is roof repair literally the only thing your company does? Definitely not. That homeowner might show up looking for a quick repair, but then realize they actually need a full replacement or maybe an emergency inspection. A well-structured website is going to support that homeowner's journey totally naturally. From that Dallas location page in Step 1, we drop in a contextual link in Step 2 pointing to your related roofing services. This seamlessly guides them to Step 3, your pages for roof replacement or emergency roofing. See how this works in both directions? The service page introduces the locations and the location page introduces related services. It doesn't feel forced or salesy at all. It just naturally expands the visitor's understanding. I absolutely love thinking about it this way. Great websites don't simply contain pages, they connect ideas. When you link your pages contextually like this, you are taking these disconnected islands of information and paving roads between them. You're completely transforming scattered pages into an organized, thriving digital neighborhood. Which brings us to part 4, the business context. Now, you might be sitting there thinking this is just some technical tutorial about internal linking, but honestly, it is so much bigger than that. Internal links, they're simply the tool. Helping your website communicate your business clearly, that's the actual goal here.
Think about meeting someone for the very first time. They tell you they own a roofing company. A second later, they naturally mention they're based in Dallas. Then they explain they specialize in repairs and storm damage. By the end of that normal, everyday conversation, you completely understand what they do, where they work, and how it all fits together. Well, every single page on your site needs to act exactly like that conversation, constantly adding a connected piece to your overall story.
All right, let's wrap this up with Part 5, Final Website Review.
Before you go rushing off to overhaul your website, I challenge you to spend just 10 minutes putting your current site through this super simple 3-question test. Number 1, can visitors easily discover where your service is available right from the text? Number 2, if they reach a location page, can they naturally explore your other services right from there? And number 3, can they gradually understand your entire business without ever needing to hit the back button to return to the home page? If you're nodding yes to all 3, then congratulations, your website is communicating beautifully. But if the answer is no, your big opportunity isn't to just blindly pump out more content, it's to organize what you already have.
Because at the end of the day, a website is not just a collection of pages. It really is a connected explanation of a business. Solid SEO isn't just about tricking search engines into discovering your pages. It's about helping them actually understand your business through clear, logical, and meaningful relationships between your topics.
Website architecture absolutely matters, folks. And not because it looks pretty on some developer's diagram, but because it communicates your business so much more clearly to everyone and everything that visits it. Thank you for exploring this with me today. I'm going to leave you with one final provocative question to ask yourself about your own business. When you look at your website today, is it still a messy library with books scattered all over the floor, or is it finally time to build the shelves?